Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly. Along with James Smith, I'm Lyle Stokes. James, we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff tonight. Stuff that
Yes.
people don't know anything about, stuff we don't know anything about.
That happens a lot.
It does happen a lot, but that's okay. We're going to have a great time. We got a bunch of people in chat tonight, and we'll get to that in just a minute. I want to say that I got a message yesterday about a guy that was in our area. Wanted to know if we wanted to go out to lunch today. And of course, you know me and eating, I'm all over that. So we met Josh Dunnigan and his wife, Christina, and Cindy and I all got together in Springfield today and had a really good dinner and lunch. And man, what a couple of great folks they are. We absolutely had a blast with them. And in case you don't know who that is, that's the Weekend Angler. And anybody that hasn't checked his videos and stuff out need to make sure they go over there. Family oriented with him, his wife, and his daughter, and he do great job on videos. He fishes a lot of bodies of water: the Ohio, the Mississippi, Wren Lake, Clinton Lake, I believe, and some other stuff. So be sure to check out Josh's channel, The Weekend Angler. He's got tips on the weekend that are really good, and you'll find some great content. And if you get a chance to meet the guy, be sure to shake his hand if it's politically correct at the time. You never know these days. But we had a wonderful time with them. And James, we talked about them coming back down to Lake of the Ozarks next year, or later this year, and us all getting together and going up there and doing some filming on the lake. And I cannot wait for that. The time they're talking about coming down, the catfish will be on fire, and we'll absolutely have a blast.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm glad you did. It's pretty neat meeting new YouTubers and people out there that's kind of in the same world that we're in as far as YouTube and catfishing and stuff like that. It is pretty neat to run into people, and especially like that. You know, he's traveling through and said, "Hey, let's go eat."
Catfish and Dream says, Lyle, I heard you all had chicken and daiquiri was mentioned. Well, I promise you one thing, daiquiri was mentioned, but we didn't have no chicken.
Yeah, Doctor said something on here. He finds it hard to believe what Josh says.
Well, we didn't talk about chicken, but I guarantee you we talked about James Dockery, and we talked about him some more, and then we talked about him a little bit more.
Yeah. The Weekend Anglers in here, Lyle and I did have lunch. He said, I'll have you to know your name didn't come up not one time.
I told him, when he called me, I said, we can sit there and eat dinner and have a good time, make fun of James Dockery. And he thought that was the way we should do it.
James' ears must have been burning.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that they probably were. What do you say we go over some people in chat?
At work, we got a pile of them in tonight.
Yes, we do. We got Josh, the Weekend Angler, and we got JP3 and Sean T Outdoors and Jim, the Cat Man Outdoors Adventures, and Sam Martin, Mark with Catfish and Crappie, and Mike Irwin and Dinks. Oh, Creole Catfishing, Junior Proctor, Fin Seeker TV, Muskrat Adventures. They're going fast now. Did I say Junior Proctor?
Yes, sir. Buckeye. Catfish and Dreams, Sean. Oh, you said Sean. I'm starting up here at the top trying to catch the ones we might have missed. Georgia. There's Mr. James Dockey. Jason Ward, of course, Catfish Weekly's in the house. Who else have we? There's Creole in there.
Lee Reed. James Mint, the better half of that bunch, that's for sure. Fin Seeker, Brian Wagner, Ernie Brown, Miss Skin and Scales Fishing. Welcome, Mrs. Fin and Scales. That's a new one on us. Maurice Cason has made it. Chrissy Brown, Sean T, Mo Creek Fishing.
P City. I'm trying to catch up where he was, making sure we didn't miss none. There's Parker.
It's always get hooked on D fishing. It's always great to have D in here, and believe me, she is the better part of that couple too. I know Chad's in here also, though. We love old Chad. Mark,
Yeah.
Catfish and Crappies in here. Jason Lamb, Ace Catfishing. Morales, Texas Fishing. Welcome, you guys.
Yes.
David Martin. Dieter Melhorn. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Palmetto Cats. Hey, Kevin. I guess you had a long live stream today. I'm sorry I missed it. I was busy having lunch. We started out at one doctor, took Cindy to another, and then had lunch. But it all worked out.
Go.
In the end, it was a great day. Joe Buck 66.
Squirrels in the house. Skip Stewart's in the house.
Mike Irwin, I believe, was the first one in chat tonight, if I remember correctly.
Has life. Yeah, let's see. Just get it back in.
Trying to beat them all.
Yep. A lot of great people. The Team Cross families in the house. I don't know which one that is. If it might be both of them, I don't know.
Here's one that I enjoy very much, and I don't know why I caught it because chat's really running by fast tonight. But Kentucky Catman said, Cindy, tell Lyle that K-Bug said hi, and that's dear to my heart, Jim. I appreciate you letting me know that. Such a sweet young lady. I remember when she was a little bitty thing, and I'd done an interview with her in Monsters on the Ohio down in Owensboro, and she looked scared to death, but she'd done as good a job with an interview as anybody we done that day. There's Mike Lewis, Glenn's Catfishing Adventures.
Ryan Swink, as my buddy was on the boat with us the other day.
Parker Pursuits.
We're going to have Glenn on the show one night, Lyle.
Can't wait. That's going to be a blast. Man catches a lot of great fish. Pontoon Jody Catfishing. Welcome to Catfish Weekly. You're a new one, I believe. If you aren't, I've missed you in chat. Mad Cat or Catfishing?
Yes, Crystal, we will be having the tournament on April the 18th. I have all the rules and stuff wrote down. This Wednesday night, we will be discussing the rules. So y'all don't want to miss. If you're coming to the tournament, make sure you tune in Wednesday night for the tournament rules and stuff. And hopefully this crazy governor we got will make sure that this will still go on this year. So who else we got in here?
One thing about it, in case anybody hasn't found out, and I'm sure that everybody by now knows that Catfish Conference has been canceled, but they're going to do some kind of virtual thing on that, so you have to check them out to find out about that, or go to Kevin's Palmetto Cat webpage and find out there, because I really don't know anything about it, but I know that was a big letdown for a lot of people. Realville Catfishing, another new one. Welcome to the show.
Sir.
Appreciate to have you on here.
Yeah, guys and gals, I'd love to see each and every one of you be able to come to the tournament. I really would. But at the same time, your safety and your health is foremost in my mind. If I would think that any of you might get deathly sick or family members get deathly sick because you traveled across states to come to the tournament, I'd shut it down in a heartbeat. I do not ever want anybody to risk life, limb, or health just to catch a catfish.
That's right. Blackburn's in here. But yeah, that's exactly right. Go ahead with your stuff here on the tournament, because now's a great time to put that out.
Right. And I know I've been dragging tail, guys and gals, about this, and it ain't that I've been dragging tail. It's just my plate is full. I'll let my plate's running over both sides and off in the cotton picking floor, guys. But we still in here. We still kicking. We getting pulled from all corners, but that's okay. Keep this old man busy.
That's right. M&M Lawn Care. Brandon Cross is in here in case you guys haven't got it figured out. There's Tall Betty Cross in here too. A couple crossing fishing is Betty. And I'm looking for what Brandon, dang it, I just seen it too, but it's going so fast I missed it. Brandon goes by a different name.
Okay.
But, I'm actually Has Life's in here. There's Junior Proctor, Blue Dog Catfishing. The man that makes the best planer boards on the market, in my opinion. You don't have to believe me. Just call Junior, get a setup, and try them, and you too will feel that way.
There's Leroy Honeycutt. That's a new name. There's Team Cross Fishing. That's Betty,
Brandon.
right?
That's Brandon.
Oh, okay.
That's Brandon. Yeah.
Okay.
Team Cross Fishing is Brandon, and Betty is a couple crosses fishing. But
okay, got you. There you go. I don't know why I didn't separate them two.
I just call her Tall Betty.
Right. Flatty Daddies is in the house tonight.
Hey, we got Flatty Daddy set up to do a show with us in the near future.
Yep.
Let me see what the date is on that. I can tell you in a momento. I don't remember everything, but I have them all wrote down.
Yep. We're gonna have quite a few coming up.
Yeah, we are. And this one is January 25th. Flatty Daddies will be on Catfish Weekly. We're going to talk about fishing. We're going to talk about flatheads. He catches some really nice blues too. So that ought to be a great show. And we're going to enjoy that very much.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We got a lot of good information and good people that's going to be coming in. One of them's going to be surprising a lot of these Carolina boys in here, who we're going to have on live. When they see who's going to be coming on, they're going to be tripping because this man is, from what I understand, is one of the best bait men on the East Coast and very well-known catfisherman. He'll be on in a couple weeks. He just got to let us know what his schedule is right now with all these tournaments going on. He's getting hammered. So he's out busting his tail getting bait every day.
Awesome. There's Outdoor Dixon. I think I mentioned Jason Blackburn, but it's okay to mention people twice. Hooks and Hammocks is another one that I don't think I got. That's a cool name, isn't it?
Yep. Did you say Janice DeMint, Roger's wife? She's in here.
I did. I think, but you know what? We went through a bunch of them.
They was moving pretty fast there for a little bit.
Yep. And I know I said it, but I've adopted Chad, so be sure to check out Fishing with the Chad. I kind of adopted him and my buddy James Dockery. Oh man, them two are a blast. I have a lot of good conversations with them too. They rarely agree with me, but you know how kids are.
Hey, yeah, they learn sooner or later.
Yep,
Big Slim 91's in the house.
That's that's one that's been here before, but I don't think we've mentioned him yet. Country Boy Catfishing. Well,
so guys and gals, everybody that's in here, check each other out, check their channel out, share the love.
Absolutely. Doc Lang is in the house. Welcome, Doc. Glad to see you, buddy.
Mr. Doc Lane, you probably been having a strange number if you didn't mark my number the last time we talked on your phone. I've been trying to contact you, my friend. Give me a call tomorrow if you get a chance. I know you're a busy man, and I'm just another crazy old Carolina boy, so give me a call if you don't mind. Just want to give you a shout and see how you's doing. Robert James.
I'd bet if the doctor is in the house tonight, it's because he's not out fishing. Because I think he's been tearing them up.
Country Boy Fishing. I seen a new name up through here.
Fast.
Art 1 Ton Fishing Club.
Art, welcome.
Yes.
Doc says he will do.
Good. Thank you, my friend. I'll just call to see how you's doing. Hadn't talked to you in a while to make sure you're still down there alive and kicking and catching fish.
Man, it's always great to see big numbers in the chat tonight. We're so happy that you guys spend your Monday evenings with James and I. It means a lot to us, and we're gonna talk about some stuff tonight that we haven't talked about,
right?
At least that I don't remember talking about for a long time. And this is something that's close to James, and it's tagging fish. I have worked at that desperately. And as many of you know, I work real close with the Missouri Department of Conservation, and they tag fish. Sometimes they struggle finding them to tag, but they do it. And they offer money rewards if you catch one and call it in. And then a lot of them, they don't have that on. And I wanted to tag fish, and that's a definite no-no. And I know there's some guys in Missouri that are doing that illegally. And if you get caught, you're not going to like the results. The fines are just astronomical. And they'll make an example out of it because nobody's been caught doing it yet. So it's not worth it to me. Although I want to do it, I even offered to go with them and help them do that, and I got turned down for that. They don't want civilians of any kind doing or having anything to do with it. Well, I think that's a terrible shame, but it's the law, and I respect them for what they got. But down south in a lot of states, it's legal to do, and you can buy kits for it legally to do that. Up north, you can do that with waterfowl. Individuals can raise them or net them. In some cases, it's not the same in every state. And
Right.
you can put bands on their legs. And I have actually shot some banded waterfowl that was done by a private individual, and that was very interesting because he could tell you the litter that they come out of. Now, I'm not sure that's the right terminology. That's
Right.
for waterfowl, but the number, the sex, and the year it was born, the date, and all that stuff. It was really neat to find out, which is basically what the government does.
Right.
And that would be really neat on fish if you had ones that was raised in a hatchery, but these are natural fish. And to my knowledge, you can guess at them, but fishery biologist probably the only one that can really look at a fish and say, oh, this is 6 months old. Oh, this is a year old. Oh, this is 3 years old. They can probably get closer to anybody. I would like to think that I'm that good that I could get within a few years of one, but I don't know that I'm not. Probably Dieter. He could probably do it.
I think a lot of it, because I've heard so many times that it's a 15-pound fish, but that 15-pound fish might be 20 years old. Where you might have a 30-pound fish that ain't but 3 years old or 5 years old. A lot of it has to do with the DNA.
That's right.
And the water itself.
Absolutely. And what's in
I think that there's some, maybe up north, the fish growth rate is slower. I don't know. I don't have a clue about this. That's why I believe that the tagging, if y'all was able to tag, there's so much more information that can be got from people that catch tag fish and actually go on the site and register. Hey, I've caught this fish. This is the number. Look it up, find out where that fish was caught, all the information, but put your information in that slot too at where you found it. It ain't like the public can go in and find all this information. The only way you're going to find this information is if you've caught that fish or if you've tagged that fish.
That's right. That's exactly right. And to me, and I think to you, James, the information that can be learned off of these tagged fish, especially in the river system, is amazing. The lake system for the most part, is a confined area, especially if you have big dams like they have at Truman and Lake Ozark. You're kind of confined.
Yeah, they are.
But if you're on the open end of one of them, say Truman, where it runs up the Osage or the Sauk River or something, those fish can go nearly Kansas. The Mississippi and the Missouri River, them fish have figured out how to get through those big dams, with the exception of the hydro dam at Keokuk. The blues just don't seem to make it through there for whatever reason. I'm sure one or two makes it through there, but they're probably either caught on nets or in nets or something, because people catch them, say they're blues all the time, but when you look at them, they're really channel cat above Keokuk. And
right.
I believe, and I know they don't like the cold weather as it gets in Iowa and above, but if that wasn't there, I'm quite sure there'd be more of them above there than there is now. But blues, I've told the story many times, of the one that Missouri tagged between Chillicothe and Kansas City on the west side of the state. 3 years later, they found it below Memphis, Tennessee. I don't remember the specifics on that. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, man. But there is tons and tons of information that's on the Missouri Department of Conservation's website. And if you have any questions or anything, you can email them and they'll tell you where you can find it or give you the answers. They're really good about that. And they have been tagging fish for years. They shock them up and get them And that's how come I knew a few years ago when the guy told me that they had shocked up several new state and world records on the Missouri and the Mississippi River both,
Dang right.
and yet to find one on a rod and reel. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
who knows what the net guys do?
right.
You don't know what they get and don't say anything about because they don't want to hear the grief, and they would. And I'd be one of them doing it.
Right. Oh yeah. We got a new guy in here. What was it? Ratfish 1000's in here. Wampus Cat's in here. Dieter said something a minute ago and I missed it.
I was talking, didn't get to.
Yeah, Dieter. I believe that tags come out after about 2 years. I've tagged hundreds and they stopped showing up at around 18 months. I think they expel the tags like they do a hook in the mouth.
Is that, Dieter, if you can answer that, is that all tags or just certain ones, or are they all the same? They all come to the same place? Is there only one company that makes them? Billy Martin.
And some of the tags, like Keith caught that one on my tournament and that tag was broke. And on one of Southeastern's tournaments, I was down there and one of the fish were caught. And Jeff Manning said that he knew that that was his fish because exactly how it was tagged. And I just wonder if it's more towards, I don't know. Maybe they need to look at a better way of tagging where they don't expel them. The ones I use are from Fish Tagger, is what Dieter said.
Like I say, I stopped pursuing it when they told me what the fines would cost. It's as bad as I wanted to do it. I even, honest to God, I considered doing it and not telling anybody and keeping the records, but the fines that they was talking about passing out was just.
Well, I mean, and really, Lyle, unless you catch it
if they say not to, so
right. And I mean, plus, if you don't catch that fish again and you can't put it online, then that's a one-sided story.
Yeah, you don't get anything. Thank you, Matt Catters. We appreciate that so much.
Yes, sir.
I got to give a shout out to Two Old Vets. Man, I love that.
Yes.
That name, and those guys are so important to you and I that I always want to make sure I mention them whenever I see them in here.
Peter said it seems like the tags stay in better on scaled fish. I'm sure it might actually a scale might kind of grow around that fish.
Dieter, the great cat fisherman catching scale fish. He's trash fishing.
Hey, you got to use them for bait.
Oh yeah.
Dieter's like me. He likes using ditch pickles too.
Yeah. Jigging with Jake, welcome to the show. I just wanted to give Kelly Bullock, welcome. I just wanted to give old Dieter some stuff.
But, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, jigging with Jake, you said that. But yeah, guys and gals, start paying a little more attention. Me and Richard talked today, Warscow. He's another tagger on Lake Wiley, and Matthew Anthony's tagging now. And the reason I brought it up, Matthew had tagged a fish a couple months ago. I can't remember exactly what the post said. And that fish was caught yesterday, today, sometime this week. And he got the information back, and the fish had actually dropped weight. And they was discussing, I think, with Dieter and a few more that could have been the difference in the scales. He could have caught that fish back when the fish was loading up before wintertime and had a full belly, and now it's probably laid there and ain't nowhere near as full as it was. We know of some fish that was caught a few years ago and tagged and put back in the lake that was huge, but were caught again and had lost a lot of weight. And everybody says, well, I wonder why that is. Lake Wiley has plenty of forage. It ain't for the lack of food. And I told him, I said, to me, that would tell me that fish was maybe on the decline as far as age. Wouldn't you think, Lyle?
I would. Yeah, I would. I would say you're right about that. Welcome, Mike Lewis. And Uncle Josh is in the house. Jeremy Beecham.
Fishing, text on the land, or is that how I would say it?
I don't see that one.
Tag from Oklahoma. Does with
Norm is in the house.
Yeah, guys and gals, pay attention. I'm gonna start looking at around the dorsal fin, Lyle, and see if there's any marks or whatever where these fish maybe expelled those tags like Dieter's talking about. I mean, even though you can't get the information, you still might be able to say, all right, this was a tagged fish.
Right. Yeah, you ought to be able to see something, I would think. Now, I'm not, like I say, I'm no biologist by no means, but I would think if it just well, they grow that back over. It might be a little harder to see than you think.
Right.
I really don't know. Pawpaw Ed says pre and post spawn will cause them fish to come up with different weights too, and I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, guys and gals, if you do catch a fish that is tagged, especially like on Lake Wiley and around here, most people use tagger.com or fish tagger, I think is what he said.
I think so.
Look at the numbers, write them numbers down, guys, or put it on your phone or whatever. Look it up later, put all the information in there, and they will send the person that caught that fish an email and alert them that their fish had been caught. You can gain a lot of great information. You can give back a lot of great information, because that is the only way, guys, that we're actually going to learn more about the catfish, and really in your area also. But that information can be used countrywide.
Right. Yeah. Jeremy.
Like on shows like this.
That's exactly right. Jeremy Beecham brought up some stuff that I had left out when he was talking about Missouri. He said there are still some fish that have cash rewards for tags, and you are required to take those tags out and mail them in. And I knew that, but I didn't mention it. And thank you, Betty, for posting that. We'll get to talking about Panfish Weekly here a little later in the show. Michael Morello, welcome. But that is true. There are cash rewards. And my understanding is there's a lot of them that are available that have never been caught and turned in. Now, if those tags are tagged in on the Missouri River or the Mississippi River or any of the tributaries to the big rivers, they might be in Mississippi or Louisiana or Arkansas or Memphis, or there's no telling where they're at, because blue catfish, if they're unrestricted, will travel unlimited miles. And how often they do it, nobody knows. That one that was caught, that was tagged up around Kansas City, between Kansas City and Chillicothe, he was caught 3 years later in Memphis. My question has always been, was that the first time it ever made that trip, or how many times had it made that trip?
That's where the tagging program can tell you.
That's right.
Is if they got caught in Memphis and if the tag stays in,
yeah,
and it gets caught back up at where it was tagged the first time, then that would let you know that it returned. Tagged hybrid on Norman is worth $100.
Hagen Grubb is in the house.
Yeah, Matthew Anthony said, Nate Norman, I know tags their hybrid bass, and a hybrid tag fish up there is worth $100.
I'd take that any day I'm fishing.
You
buy your gas to almost anywhere you locally fish.
Hey, and them hybrids are fun to catch. That's a fighting cotton picking fish, boy.
And they'll bite cut bait, which is a bait a lot of people use. So if they'll bite cut bait, there's a lot of other stuff they'll eat.
They'll eat the crap out of daggone chicken livers.
Yeah.
They will wear chicken livers out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And they ain't bad eating.
No, they say they're really good. Now,
kind of a sweet meat.
I seen another guy had just come in here and he's gone, and I don't see him now because the chat's running so fast. What's that?
Matthew said he's caught 2 on his boat. That's $200.
Woo-wee, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. That'd pay for your gas, wouldn't it?
Heck yeah, man. Well, you know what? If that's people don't understand. You got to buy gas to get where you're going, but you also got to buy gas to make that boat operate. If you're not a bank fisherman, if you're a boat, it just costs money to go, but we all love it and we're all going to do it, and that's just the way it is.
There's more expensive hobbies out there, I promise you.
We was talking in the chat before you come in tonight that hot rod cars are probably a lot more expensive than having a boat. I've lived that life, so I can tell you that they're pretty expensive. Creole said he traded in 2 hot rods to get a boat. I think he's got the best end of that deal.
Yeah. Do your homework before you do buy into it, because it can get expensive too. Depends on what you want to do.
Well, I mean, I miss them days. I really do. There's not much more fun than seeing how fast you go from a standing start to
That's what I like.
Wide open and slam on the brakes so you don't run out the other end. But yeah, I miss it, but not enough to spend that kind of money to do it again. Hey, Catfish Bill, welcome to Catfish Weekly.
They nothing like hitting that second gear hard, are they?
Third.
I like coming out that hole, but that second gear, something about that second gear when she starts rising with you, just
I've had them to where when you dump the clutch, they stand up and all you see is the stars of the night lights, and then it starts coming down. And if it makes it to the ground and you're not in second gear, you're way too late.
Yep, you're too late. And I'm gonna tell you, and I've seen cars set up, Lyle. I know this ain't got nothing to do with catfishing. I've had old men sitting over in their daggum cars looking at you. If you pull the front tires, you just lost a quarter second.
There is some truth to that. There really is.
Yeah, but anyway.
Carolina Catfish is in the house. Chesapeake Bay Catfishing. Welcome, you guys. Yeah, I miss those days, but I don't miss them enough to spend that kind of money to go back and do it again. All-Star Outdoors. I raced stock carp 17 years and fish is a whole lot cheaper. You are 100% correct. And I was the only one that got the entertainment value out of that. With this, Cindy and I both enjoy doing it. We get to take our kids and our grandkids. We get to take other people out. And you know what? It's just a lot more fun. The older you get, the more you understand them things. Team Camo Catfishing, welcome.
Yep. No, I didn't transport jugs in my hot rods. Actually, guys, I was a little bit different than Lyle. I run hot rod Volkswagens.
I like
that was
Volkswagens, yeah.
It was wicked little son of a guns, man. I had that one little old bug law. It didn't weigh but 968 pounds. And I was putting 169 I was putting 169 horse at the rear wheels.
Yep.
At the wheels.
Yep.
And everything was solid fire. Everything was fiberglass in it. And I could grab second gear, let go of the daggum steering wheel. She'd pull straight as an arrow and jump Coke bottles with the front tires. And stoplight to stoplight, she was a tough one to deal with. But
I've missed those days. Brad Bex, welcome to Catfish Weekly. Glad to have you in there chat tonight. I really do miss those days.
Yeah,
but you know, I was 20 and 30 years old, even as much as 40 and maybe into the 50s. But I'm not that anymore.
No.
It tells me how slow my reflexes are. I actually think they're just as fast as they ever was, but she says they are not. Who's to argue? You know what I mean?
I'm not as good as I was. I'm not as good as I used to be, but I'm good once as I was ever be. Oh yeah, it were fun days, but them get expensive. Young boy, we just work a little overtime just to get that paid for.
That's exactly right. Let's get back to tagging fish.
Yeah, back to tagging fish. Sorry about that. But guys, it was still fun. It lets y'all know a little bit more about us on a personal level. Right. Some of what we done as younger men and enjoyed life.
Oh boy.
But information wise, guys, a tag fish, if you do your homework and look up that information, you got not just location, you got what season. I hate to see what was said.
Jeremy Beecham says, I used to race my sister to the kitchen. First one there got to eat. That's where I'm at today, buddy.
But you got location, you got weight of the fish, you got what time of year it was caught. And if you know the lake pretty good by that location, you will probably know the depth. There's just a lot of great information that goes along with that. And if that fish was caught multiple times and was at different places in that lake, then that gives you information that can actually start setting up a pattern, Lyle.
Yes. That's exactly right. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm sure if I'm wrong, our old buddy Dieter will tell me if there's something better than this. But in my mind, tagging fish right now is probably the greatest information gathering system that we have on fish that migrate, like blue catfish do.
Right.
It's a pretty much a proven fact that flatheads stay in a general area. I'm not really sure, and Missouri says in our waters a roughly 1 mile area for flatheads. Now I don't know that for a fact. I don't know how they come to determine that. And I don't know on channel cats. I don't know if they go the great distances or not. But blue catfish are known to travel. They go up and down the river system, and if they're in unrestricted travel areas, they go a long way sometimes, and some of them don't, I'm sure. But in my mind, I see nothing better or no better way of gathering information on those fish as far as growth, distances they'll go. There's just so much you could learn off of them if they would allow to do it. Now, to allow to do it, the people that are doing those would have to keep explicitly perfect records and be able to get them in. Look out now, get them into the to the state where they could put them on like a spreadsheet for everybody doing it and all the stuff. So, there's a lot of variables, and I kind of understand why they are not hip on people doing it, but I still think that's the greatest way that we have right now of keeping any kind of information factor going on catfish.
Right. And and a lot, and I might be wrong, guys. And if I am, please somebody correct me, because there's a lot more in here that's got a lot more experience on this than I do.
Dieter will.
But I think when I get into something, I think deep and hard and do a lot of homework. And it's starting to seem to me and a couple other guys has taught that the blue catfish was actually a river fish, right? From what I understand.
That's my understanding, yes.
All right. When this fish gets in a lake, to me, it seems like from everything I understand about the blue catfish, you might throw it out the cotton picking window when it comes to a blue catfish that has lived its life in a lake.
They are different. They are different.
His mannerisms, his habits are different. I think he still migrates to spawning beds and maybe even follow fish that run from dam to dam. I do, but I think that you more apt to have residential blues in a lake than what you would have in a river.
I agree.
But I still and you tell me what you think on this, Lyle. I think a flathead is more apt to set up residence, but I think it really has to do with age. Me and you, we at home. Leave us alone. Leave us
like
at home.
We once did. No.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Leave us at home. Leave us alone. My food's right here. My shelter's right here. I think that these fish have done searched them lakes as a teenager, running and chasing females or males or whatever for spawning, chasing food, that they've come across their perfect home where the bait is there, the shelter's there, and all they got to do is open their mouth once in a while and get them a good meal.
Yep, and they'll know where that's at. Thomas Littlepage, new to our channel, to my knowledge, welcome to Catfish Weekly, says, where are the tagging taking place? And it's legal to do in a lot of different states, not in my home state of Missouri, but the Missouri Department of Conservation, they do tag fish, and some of them have rewards on them, some of them don't. But there's a lot of states that tag them for lakes and smaller fisheries, but there's a lot of tagging that goes on in the major rivers. And to me, the Mississippi and Missouri, they're the biggest major contributors to any river system. There's the Tennessee River, and I don't know what all you have out your way, James, other than the James River. I'm familiar with it, and the Potomac River. Those are the only two that I really stay up on.
Well, we got the Yadkin River, but it's not a river compared to y'all's rivers. Y'all would call it a creek, probably. That's down there on the east end of the Carolinas. And some good fish are caught out of the Yadkin River. But there are some dams in between some of them, but not really, not like on the Catawba River side of it. And you do have the Catawba River that you see Flint Hill and them fish on.
Right.
And we got a couple of other rivers, the South Fork River and stuff, but they're not really rivers like what you would say. Now, some of them, like the Rocky Rivers, you see some of them guys fishing where they got about run a jet boat up because it's so shallow and rocky.
Yeah.
We have quite a few rivers that are like that.
Yeah.
That you might find pockets of catfish, most of them. Now, I've never heard of any good-sized fish being caught out of those type of rivers, but who knows? They're probably in there and nobody's ever fished for them.
Right. We got a couple of new ones. Patty Little, I'm not going to attempt the last one. He was in here.
Seen that either.
You know, I don't want to butcher it, but welcome back to the show. We're glad to have you back. And Alan Pershaw, I hope I got that right. Welcome to Catfish Weekly. There's David Funk is in here. We forgot to mention David.
Shameless Fishing. Yeah, the PD River System. There you go. Thank you, Shameless.
That's a good one. I've heard of that too. Yeah.
That's the PD River. There's some good fish caught out of it. A lot of guys, I know a lot of guys I grew up with, they used to go down there and go noodling. They could have it. Tried to talk me into going. I said, nope, I ain't interested.
He's sticking my hand in nothing. I can't see what's in there.
Nope. No,
stub.
Didn't keep the turtle, throwed back the beaver. I said, nah, you throw both of them back. I ain't getting down there and wrestling.
That's what I'm talking about right there, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Lyle, pull up some numbers. Let's give a set of bobbers away tonight, if you don't mind, sir.
I don't mind. I'm going to, before we do that, though, right, if everybody will look up at the top there and see our little Catfish Weekly CPR decal, they're sold out. More on the way. I wanted to give away some more of them tonight, but I'm not going to do it until they get here, and they'll be here later this week, so next week we'll do that. But they're gone. They didn't last very long, and we got some more coming. I do have the decals for the poundage club, so if you catch a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, or 90-pound fish, and if you catch one over 100, we'll get one custom made for you. But I still have those, and now I have them in black and white. And James, they're going pretty quick, too. I've had to reorder once already on those.
There you go.
I'm really thrilled that you guys our viewers have taken participation in this. Ohioan for Life 42. Welcome. Thrilled with that. Thrilled with it. It's going to be awesome. And I've got a plan. When we get back to fishing, I'll be able to go out fishing with Cindy, and when she catches those fish, whether it be a 10 or a 20 or a 50 or whatever it is, we're going to put them underneath her side of the boat, and then the ones I catch, the smaller ones, they'll be on my side of the boat.
I hear you. That'd be pretty cool.
I think that would be pretty cool. Even hair.
Thank you, Water Lawn Care. Said he got a set of my floats down there at JVK's and can't wait to use them. I appreciate that, my friend.
Cindy come out and said people want to know how to get in the pound club. Well, here's how you do that. We started that January 1st. Since January 1st, if you catch a 10-pound fish, a 20-pound fish, and I'm talking about 10 to 20 is a 10-pound, 20 to 30 is a 20-pound, anything in that range, and so on, take a picture with the date that you caught it, or video will be even better. That way you can share it to all our viewers on Catfish Weekly.
There you go.
And let us know where you caught it and all that. I will send you free of charge one that fits that poundage. Now, if you want to buy one from past fish that you have caught, say you caught an 80 or a 60 or a 10 or whatever it is, and you want one, but you haven't caught it this year, they cost you $5, and that includes shipping, and I'll ship you one out. Just let me know if it's black or white. If you have a picture, that would be great, because I got to tell you, folks, when you all post them pictures on Catfish Weekly's group page, people love to see that. And the number of people that watch our Facebook page skyrockets every week when people post them pictures. So it's important to see that. But if you don't want to, or you don't have any, we got it. Just let me know and we'll make sure you get one. But like I say, we don't have any 100-pound club ones made.
Yeah.
But we can have that done.
Yeah.
We can make that happen. So
yes.
So that's how the Pound Club works. Like I say, from January 1st, they're free. If they're past years of catfishing, we're happy to send you one, but they'll cost you $5 shipped into you. And we have them in black and white. So we also have some Panfish Weekly decals.
There you go.
They're pretty nice. So if you get a chance, go over to Panfish Weekly's Facebook page. Give us a like over there. The new show starts the 21st with a gentleman, the Wisconsin fisherman will be on the show. This guy is in ice fishing mode. It's going to be great. We're going to have him on there, and we're going to talk about all kinds of fishing because he's been making some outstanding videos for the last 4 years, and I think we're going to have a good time with this. In the meantime,
oh God, yeah, gotta be.
Let me
load up. All-Star Outdoors said he caught his PB yesterday on the Green River of 32 pounds. Congratulations.
Heck yeah, man. That's a great fish.
Avid George should be there anytime.
Yes.
Well, I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch your panfish stuff. It's going to be interesting. I want to see some of them big old 2-pound bluegill and stuff come reeling in.
Old Mark that used to help us out on here, I've asked him to help me co-host that. And one of the reasons is he is up to speed on catching them big old crappie. And who don't like to see that?
Yes. I contacted a buddy of mine that I know where he's got some of the big black crappie in his pond because I stocked them in that son of a gun. And he used to have some big old jumbo bluegills in there too, them old big knothead.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to catch.
And
I like to eat them too.
Oh yeah, that's so I've contacted him, and trust me, guys, right now I ain't be able to put no catfish in the boat, but I guarantee you I'll go down there and put some of them big old bluegill and crappie in the daggone boat with me. I got a little 10-foot aluminum jumbo that is perfect for that pond.
Just right for that. Okay, James, I'm loaded up and ready to go. Pick me out a number between 1 and 5, and we'll give away some bobbers.
Let's go right in the middle of 3.
3 it is. 1, 2, 3. And before I announce this winner, I'm going to let everybody know that the only way that your name shows up in chat or you can get in chat is you must be a subscriber to Catfish Weekly. So if you haven't, please subscribe to Catfish Weekly, and then you be in the chat and you can get in on any and all of the drawings that we do. Because once you're in chat, we see it. We know you're in there. Whether you make a chat comment or not, it still shows up when we collect all the participants out of the program. And while you're at it, go over to your Facebook and check us out on Facebook and give us a like. All that stuff helps us with algorithms. It gets us pushed higher on the page so people can find us faster. So, and we appreciate it.
One more thing before you say the name. Guys, these are about gone. This round of bobbers is just about gone, and I'll be getting ready to retire them. My label should be in anytime, and the new ones will be coming out. So, giving them away. Who we got, Lyle, as a winner tonight?
If you haven't seen the new ones, you're missing out.
Yes, they are sweet.
The winner is Kelly Bullock. Bullock. Is
that a new name in here tonight?
I've seen it before, I think, James. So.
I thought I've seen it once or twice. Well, congratulations, Kelly. Contact me on Messenger through Facebook under James Smith, or you can go to Patriot Catfishers of America Facebook page and notify me. And if you don't do Facebook, 704-600-8369, or you can contact Lyle at Catfish Weekly, and he will get that information to me, and we will get you a set of floats out to you.
That's right.
And I want to ask the question, if you're male or female, because that name can be used either way. If you want pink, just let me know what color that you want. I've got blue, orange, pink, and green.
And the pink ones are pretty special.
Oh, they bright, buddy.
They bright. You bet they are. So we have some here. I can't reach them right at the moment. No, can't.
Give them.
No, I don't have pink ones either. Mine
okay. No,
I got.
You got orange. You got orange and blue, did you?
Yep. I like the orange though, but the pink are nice.
But hey, he got in some new orange lights yesterday, Lyle. And the orange lights that I had put on the last orange ones was pretty bright. They was pretty bright, not as bright as I had wanted. These new ones, they are brighter than the green.
Oh, wow.
I can't wait. He got me 100 lights ordered, so I can't wait to try them out. He turned them on, and I said, "Wow." So look out. The ghost floats are coming, guys. And the boy told me, he said, you're going to have to carve pumpkin faces in them for Halloween.
Jason Lamb says the invisible ones are sweet.
Yep.
And Betty says the pinks are the brightest. Betty loves them. So
hey, when Betty posted up that picture of that pink one out there, Lyle, I know that pink was bright. And guys, I ain't just talking about my floats. I'm just talking about the color pink as a light. I don't think the human eye is really used to seeing that pink light. And when she posted that picture with that barber way out there at night, I could not believe the contrast that it throwed up. And I sold tons of pink ones because of you, Betty. Thank you. They love that picture and they seen that pink light, and it's amazing. And a lot of guys ordered the green floats with the pink lights on them. They like the green, but they like the pink light. So either way, but
that just goes to show right there, James, of how important a tool we have with putting pictures and images and stuff up on Facebook and different venues, because people look at them and they look at Betty's stuff because Betty posts a lot of cool stuff, and she don't really pull no punches. She'll kind of tell you how it is, and that's what we all love about her. But she says the pink ones are the brightest. I'm going to take her at her word. Hey, JR's in the house.
Yeah, you're right, Lyle. We talk about tools, like I done that one show talking about tools.
Yep.
Social media can be used as a great tool, guys and gals, for information. And I know sometimes you might want to take it with a grain of salt. Depends on how much they want to feed you the truth or whatever. Take it down, write it up. Who knows? They might be feeding you exactly what you've been looking for.
That's right. That's right.
Really.
It can be great. It can be bad, just like anything else. You just have one thing you have to do is pick the people that you want to be affiliated with and eliminate the ones that you don't. And the people that have a bunch of negativity with them, I don't need them. We're a happy bunch of people that catches catfish, and we need to stay that way. So the ones that are negative, we just don't need them in our life.
Somebody said, how about some red angry face bobbers?
You know what? I'm pretty sure you can sell a few of those.
Probably could. I'll have to make Mr. Dockery some of them. I don't have red pool noodles, but I can sure put a red light in one of them.
I'm trying to figure out this gentleman's name that's in chat. It's GRNMCHN Outdoors. I first thought it was Green Mountain, but I don't think that's how you abbreviate mountain.
No, maybe Green Munchkin. I don't know.
I'd like to know what that is so we don't get it messed up. We're so happy to have all of our viewers in here, and we're thrilled that everybody comes in and spends time with us. It's Green Machine. Outdoors. There we go. It's really important that you guys show up, and when you do, I know we've had at least 117 in here tonight. I don't know how many more than that, but you know what? It means the world to us that you guys would come in here and spend some time with us. So thank you guys so very much. We put a little effort into it. We could probably put a little more in it, but we're about having a good time and trying to share the information that we have. And if we don't have it, we'll get it from somebody. And that's where we get the great guests that we have. And why we
Yes.
have those is to give us, because we, James, I don't agree with all the stuff some of the guests say, but they're successful. Their knowledge is important. And what works for me might not work for you. And what works for you might not work for me. But we still
you might find out, Lyle, that information, just one little tweak.
That's right.
Might be the next thing you needed.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt you.
For tournament fishermen or guys that are learning, if you're new to catfishing and you want to learn, the best thing to do is try something from everybody, because you'll learn something from everybody that fishes and find out something from them. They may snell their hook differently that works better for you, or it's easier for you to do, or they may put their bait on differently. One of the greatest fishermen I know is Jason Mathena, and Jason always told me when he's having trouble putting fish in the boat that he'll change his leader, he'll change the length of it, he'll change the diameter of it, he'll change where he puts the hook on. He does something, because presentation is everything. And I've always took that to heart. I never forgot what he said. If you present that bait in a different manner, because you can't get a fish to go, you might get him to go if you just change the presentation. And I agree with that wholeheartedly.
It might not be the bait that you needed to change. It might be just like you said, the presentation of it.
Exactly right.
And yes, I am on Facebook under James Smith. If you can't find me, just looking under James Smith, because there's a ton of us. Go to Patriot Catfishers of America and then go through that way, and you'll be able to find me. Chad said something. Oh, he wanted me to know if I could put disco lights on them because his catfish like to boogie.
Chad got a really great fish over the weekend. I'm not sure the exact weight on it. It was 30-some pounds, and he was proud of that, and we're happy that he caught that, because it was kind of a rough weekend to catch fish. But that's where the guys that put the time in shine, is when they put them good fish like that in the boat on them tough days.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, man. And, when you do that, them days that you struggled, like this, guys, the biggest blue I've caught was 44-pound Lyle. 99 degrees outside. And what did I do before I got out my driveway? I blowed a tire on the pontoon boat. Time I got that tire redone, put back on, started down the road, I was wringing wet before I got there. Humidity out the roof, wasn't no wind blowing. And I was determined to make me turn around and go back home. I said, well, heck no, I'm going to fish. It was a struggle. The boat ramp was full. It was just a struggle. Couldn't hardly get bait. Finally got some bait, and I finally set up and said, the heck with it, I'm here. Guess what? I caught 12 fish, all on floats, except the big one. It come off the bottom, and it was 44 pounds. I said, buddy, perseverance sometimes pays off good. Now, sometimes it just kicks your ass, and you can't do nothing about it.
Exactly right.
But a lot of times that perseverance will reward you.
Yep, I agree.
It'll say, job well done.
Yes, sir. You know what? I know that we do not have those, but I also know that Miss Katie Dockery has worked so hard to get me those decals, and they're on their way. We're over 100 thumbs up, and we're going to give some of them away tonight.
That'll work.
And as soon as they get here, then we're going to ship them out to you. We'll give you one for the winner of this, with over 100 people give us thumbs up. James, pick me out a number between 1 and 5, and let's see who we're going to give that decal to.
Let's go your favorite number with 1.
That is my favorite number in this. And it's getting hooked on D fishing.
Congratulations, D.
Absolutely. It's been said that Gene and Betty are 2 of the luckiest viewers that we have. They do win a lot. But you know what? Them are some great folks, and we're so happy to have them watching our shows that if they win every once. There's Mr. T-Bone. I know we didn't say anything to him tonight. Welcome to Catfish Weekly. And Bill Ponchett. I believe that's Chad's friend from down there. And Ratfish 1000, another new one.
Yeah, I seen another one up here a little while ago. An Allen. Oh, you said that. That was the name we was trying to figure out how to say.
So
There's Mr. Hagen Grubbs in the house. He's been here a while. I forgot he was up there earlier.
It's a pleasure to have Hagen watch your show, and they got a new video out. I watched it last night. Extremely well done, Hagen. Thank you for making that. And there's some more out. I've been gone most all day, and I haven't got to watch the ones. I watched Dieter's this morning, but I haven't the rest of them got them done. So I'll be watching those after I get everything loaded up tonight to check them out, because I watch every video that I'm subscribed to. I watch every one, and I don't just skip around on them. I watch them all. Now, I might be doing something else and listening to some of it, but every one of them, and it sometimes it takes hours to do that, but I learn something every once in a while from them. Well, a lot.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I learn is editing skills and different ways to shoot video and where them at. I've been taking notes on Dieter. I got to tell you, James, I got screenshots of all the places he goes. So I can landmark them whenever I get out there.
There you go. Yeah, I can't wait to get down here in April. Kelly, these lights do not strobe. I had some strobing lights, and they changed colors, and also the people didn't like them. It was too distracting out there in the water. So no, I don't use the strobing lights. But I was looking for that. There's another name in here a while ago, Lyle, and it's done got on past us.
I haven't seen Epic in here tonight. I'm not saying they haven't been in here, but I know that he's got a new video out too. There's David Martin. Hey, JR, if you want to show me where Dieter's spot, I'm sure there ain't nothing to piss him off anymore, and I'd be all in for that. Oh, man, that's too funny.
You couldn't pass that one up either, could you?
Absolutely not. Oh, man, I love that. That's hilarious.
Oh, there's one thing about it. Lake Wiley, there's a lot of what we call community holes, Lyle, that you can go there just about any time of the year and you can catch a fish. Not every time, but there's a lot of community holes, and a lot of them community holes produce some daggone good fish. But what does that tell you? People have communicated. It ain't that someone was trying to steal another man's hole. We start learning, and now these locations start sticking out to a catfisherman like a sore thumb. He can look on Navionics and say, I want to try that spot. Well, that spot looked good to you, but it also looked good to 15 other people that have been fishing that lake for a long time.
That's right. And you know what? It's all public water, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It belongs to you and to me and everybody that fishes it.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. The only way that you're going to find those public spots, unless somebody tells you about them, or you've seen somebody fishing that hole, is by doing your homework.
That's right. And
using the tools of the trade.
Yep.
David Martin said he knows where they at too.
I'll catch every fish Dieter ever caught if I ever get out there. Or I'm going to try anyhow.
There you go.
We're going to try to make that this spring. It's on our calendar, and I'm excited to get out there and fish your tournament. And to be quite honest, and I'll just be as honest, brutally honest as I can, I really don't care if I catch a fish or not. I'm not sure Cindy would. Of course, she's pretty hardcore. If she goes that far, she's going to want to catch a fish. But I want to get out there and meet all these fine people that we deal with on a weekly basis on Catfish Weekly. They're some of the most fun people loyal to our show that I know of, and I'm proud to call each and every one of them friends, and so many of them are out your way, James. And I know Dieter pretty good. I've met him. We've talked and interviewed each other a number of times, and he's a good guy. But I want to shake JR's hand. I want to meet you so bad because you and I've been doing this a while and we've never met each other.
No,
Never
no.
have. We
That's
missed
like
each
me and
other.
Junior Proctor.
Exactly, Junior Proctor, David Martin. I mean, I could just go on and on and on and on. But when we get out there, like I say, we can't just run out there and fish that tournament, come back. We're going to have to stay a few days, and you never know where we'll stop on the way back or on the way out there because there's a ton of people between here and there that I'd like to see. And
there you go.
One of them, I'm going to tell you right now.
There you go. I mean, you decide to take and go swing up north around through Kentucky. Look how many people that's in here tonight that's from Kentucky.
That's right.
The Tennessee area, all the way across the country, all the way back home, Lyle. You can meet people in just about every state.
We've pulled into gas stations before, and people see the stuff on our boats or on the back window of the truck, and people come out there. I'll go inside to go to the restroom or something, and they'll start talking to Cindy and ask if that's who it is, and it's people that actually watch our show, and they'll pull into gas stations when we're there and different things, and it's amazing what 6.5, 7 years of this has done for the people. And I promise you, guys, I see a statement in here from Ernie Brown. Thank you so much. We are the same when you see us in real life as we are when we're not. Maybe a little more potty mouth. I'm not saying that we are, but I'm not saying we're not. We're human, but we live life and enjoy it, and we have a good time. So that's the way life rolls for us, and we just Roger, I got to tell you, if I ever get to the point where I got to stop fishing, there'll be one of those. We'll make a trip around to see as many people as we can, because I hope it never happens, but we all know at some point it is going to happen. But I'd like to stop and fish with Roger while he's out there. You never know. I might even make a trip up north and fish with old James Dockery.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think it would be really awesome. I really do.
Yeah. Ohio want to know, whereabouts are you in Missouri, Lyle?
I am in southwest Missouri in a little town called Buffalo, and I am 36 miles north of Springfield and roughly an hour or so south of the Warsaw Dam in Warsaw, Missouri, on Truman and Lake Ozark. So
right,
we are just off the highway. Like I say, Josh and Christina come down. He said they was going to be down, and we met them in Springfield. We had to go to Springfield anyhow. I had an absolute blast with them, and I can't wait till they come back down so we can go out on the boat this summer and do some fishing. And man, oh man, you talk about a blast. That'll be a blast, and we'll make some videos and different things and catch some fish and talk smack, make fun of James Dockery.
There you go. 1 ton fishing. The tournament, check me out Wednesday night on Wednesday night show, Patriot Catfisher show. I will be going over everything for the tournament. So yeah, please tune in, and guys and gals, I hope you can make it. This is a charity tournament, guys and gals. I do have trophies. I gotta send them off live, get all the dates and everything changed on them.
Yeah.
And also, guys, the first 50, I'm having dog tags made. So notify me after Wednesday of who you are. If you're going to definitely be at the tournament, I need to know if you're definitely going to be at the tournament. I don't need no money up front. The tournament is $50 a boat. That's all I'm going to say. But, Lyle, because we're raising money for veterans, I've got 50 dog tags that's waiting on your name for the first 50 people to sign up for this tournament that's giving me a definite yes, they will be there with your name on the front and on the back of it. Please let me know the veteran that you're dedicating this to. We will have the veteran's name put on the back, your name on the front.
Wow. That is outstanding. That is outstanding. Now,
I wasn't going to tell nobody I had these since last year. That was something I was wanting to do. I've got a lady waiting right now to engrave every one of them. So please, guys and gals, get your name on the list, send them in, and make sure you put a veteran's name, whether live or dead. It don't matter who you want to dedicate this tournament to. And guys, it's all going to Camp Centurion. It's here in North Carolina. It's going to be a rehabilitation home for our veterans.
That's outstanding. Albert Trent Jr., welcome to Catfish Weekly. SK Crappie Adventures, welcome to the show. James, you never told me that. That is one of the greatest things that I've ever heard come up with. I have a friend of mine that I would love to have his name on the back of that and Cindy and mine on the front. So be looking for mine, be on its way. Even if something would happen where we couldn't make it, and surely this time something won't happen. Right. But yeah, that that's way cool.
They're black. They're black ionized dog tags. So once they stamp everything in, it'll really pop with the silver behind it.
Home run, man. You have hit a home run. At least in my eyes, that's one of the greatest ideas that I've heard in a long time. And I'm thrilled that you come up with that.
Yeah. Guys and gals, that's what I hope that everybody that's been part of my channel and part of Catfish Weekly too, is that our main thing, guys, is giving back, not just to y'all, but to our communities and to the people that's actually helped us get to where we're at today. And our veterans are the main source that's got us there.
I went hunting up that way in Mark Twain, which is the national forest, in Reuter, Missouri, for a 2-week camp. I would definitely love to. I forget about this option we have to pop these up there.
I do too.
Remember, only a 2-hour drive from me, northern Arkansas. You know what? Let me get healed up from the shoulder surgery. I want to fish with everybody. I really do. And that's just the way it is. And when the fish are on, we'll have a great time. And if they're not, we're going to have fun regardless. I know the last people that went come from Texas, and somebody offered a deal. They wanted us to donate something, and I didn't have anything that they wanted to donate. So I offered a day trip for them to give away, and they auctioned it off. Zach Murray's in the house. Welcome, Zach. And they auctioned it off, and a man and woman from Texas brought a motorhome up here. And that's when we first got that Alumacraft, and they waited until I got it and got it set up where we could fish out of it. And we took them out for a day, and we caught fish all day long. There wasn't no giants caught that day, but we caught a lot of fish, and they had a great time. And I don't know what they paid for that trip, but they told me it was worth the effort just to be in the boat with us, and that made it all worthwhile. So yes. Cindy and I had a blast. They had a blast. And, you know, that's why we do it. I mean, that's why we do it. We try to help people, and it's invariable. If I've been in a boat with somebody that's ever fished for any amount of time at all, I'll learn something to them, whether it's how to tie a knot or how to be courteous to somebody or whatever. You'll pick up something from them guys, and if they think they can learn something from us, that's even better. Yes. But just the friendship that you make with them guys being in the boat with you or on the bank with you, however it is, it's all worth it.
Yes, I agree, Lyle. It's the good Lord's blessed each and every one of us. We live in America.
That's right.
And I did not get to serve our country, so y'all, I do call myself Patriot James. Actually, I call myself James, and other people started calling me Patriot, but I didn't get to serve in our military. I'm just trying to give back. And So if any of you question that, that is the truth. I did not get to serve.
Why won't
it ain't for the lack of wanting to.
There's got to be a way I can click on this one and get it up there, and I can't do it. Oh, man.
Or who is it? I'm trying to find.
Josh, the weekend angler, says I learned roof repair by watching James Dockery. Jason Ward says we're not too far apart either. I've been looking for someone that knows a little about Truman. If you can wait till spring, we can do it. I love Truman. I would rather fish Truman than Lake of the Ozarks. That didn't do it. But
I can't do it from my side.
I don't know. I done it a while ago and it worked perfect, but now it's not. But I love fishing Truman Lake, and we're roughly an hour or so from there. So yeah,
I think you just hover over it, Lyle.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I think you just hover over it. I might be wrong.
I don't know. I'm not making it happen.
Okay.
I know a guy that knows about doing this, and after the show, I'll find out how come it's not working every time. But
right,
it doesn't. I usually can figure stuff out eventually on my computer.
Just click on it, Mark said.
That's what I did. It didn't do it.
Okay.
It's not doing it for whatever reason. It's not doing it. But a while ago, it worked perfect. But yeah, if it was on a phone, I'd never figure it out. I really struggle. Jason Blackburn says, "Fish with me. I'll teach you how to talk trash, catch nothing." I can do that already, buddy. We have a contest to see who talk the most crap.
Hey, I got a feeling there's a lot more of that go on in this daggum catfish community than what people let on, don't you?
Maybe this is the problem. I think that's it.
Cindy said you already do that now.
Yeah, she's right. I figured out what I was doing wrong.
Okay.
You have to be on StreamYard, not YouTube, to make it happen.
Oh, there you go.
There's the problem. Like I say, we'll eventually figure stuff out and do that. But yeah, Cindy and I love to fish. Now I'm going to tell you right now, most of the time when we take somebody in the boat with us, I put them in the seat and I'll go up front and sit and let them fish with Cindy. Don't get in her way when that goes down. If it's on her side, buddy, she's going to get that rod. She'll race you to it.
There you go. Thomas Littlepage, the tournament is in North Carolina. It's right outside of Charlotte. It'll be on Lake Wiley. And Wiley's on one, Charlotte's on one side and Gaston County's on the other. So, yep, trash talk does make it fun.
It does. It does.
Especially on them long days when they ain't crap biting. And ain't nothing you can do. You just sit and talk junk and maybe fire an old grill up like old David Martin. He fires up some daggum food on that boat, boy.
Dude, I got to tell you, old Roger has been cooking some pretty good looking stuff on the old muskrat here lately. I mean, they had some brats here a while back that looked mouth watering, and I've had some that other people fixed. It was really good. I can't fix a brat where it's fit to eat. I usually monster them down. Cindy don't like them, but I need to figure out how to cook them like everybody else does, because the ones he fixed, they looked awesome. It was really
Josh,
good.
come in Wednesday night. We're going to talk a little more about that. There will be some bank fishing. Just realize this is a public landing. And that time of year, it may or may not be pretty crowded bank fishing, but they are some good bank fishing at that place. Flint Hill on my boat with a grill.
Flint Hill had a great video out the other day. If you guys get a chance, go watch that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yes, it can be a nightmare on boat traffic in the summer. Wiley can be a nightmare. That's why I would not do it any later than April. I about debated in having it back in January, Lyle, but I was so concerned after last year when people was driving back and it's sleeting and snowing and freezing rain and stuff like that. I thought that would break my heart if somebody wrecked their car, even if they didn't get hurt. it would just break my heart knowing that I'd put something together and somebody could have got hurt or killed.
I understand that. And a lot of people may not understand that, but if you've ever been in the situation where something like that happened, you'll understand it a lot better. And that's where I'm at. I don't want to do anything to cause anybody any grief or anything like that. And Roger fixed he fixed Philly cheesesteaks the other day, and they look like they just about melt in your mouth. The 1 Ton gang does a lot of that cooking on the bank too.
Yeah.
So there we go. Let's see. I make a bath of Louisiana hot sauce and brown sugar. Heat that on the grill until the brown sugar breaks down. Then cook your brats in that. Sounds really good, Josh. I'm glad to try that. Man, oh man.
Yeah.
I have noticed though, James, I run into a little problem with that hot stuff. I dearly love it, but it keeps me up all night. Cindy bought me some little pills that you take to keep from that upsetting my stomach so bad. I still can't eat it like I once did, but I can eat it a lot better than I did here not too long back.
There you go. I like it on occasions. It's something that I like it. I love the taste, but I hit spells where I like it hot, and most of the time I'm just a good old Southern boy. I like it fried up in bacon grease, and
I do too.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man, that's all good.
Yeah. But I like a little bit of heat on some things, not all things, but a lot of things I do. It depends on what it is, really, you know.
Well, it does. It does. I know some guys, it doesn't matter what it is, and I'm kind of like that with butter. You put butter on it makes everything taste better. Some guys are like that about hot sauce. I think Creole's one of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it doesn't get too hot for him. I think he just likes it, but I like Cajun food too. But
Chrissy Brown says you can put bacon grease on ice cream.
That's me. Bacon makes everything better. I say that.
Oh yeah.
Like, no, it don't. Yeah, well, yeah. Bacon makes everything taste better.
I tell you what, Lyle. You know, I get into springtime when the morel mushrooms come up, and I'm gonna tell you what, guys and gals, if you never eat them, you fry them rascals up in some bacon grease, and then make you some daggum. Was that asparagus sprouts?
Yep.
Those asparagus sprouts. Fry them up in some salt and pepper and butter, and then throw you a steak in that daggum stuff when you get through. Oh my word! In a black cast iron frying pan. Ooh, that make you smack your mama. That's something good right there, boy. Your daggum lips about beat your eyes shut trying to chomp down on them things.
Yeah. Creole says he can't take the heat either. But I'm surprised. I figured he really liked it.
He probably done had his insides burnt loose down there around where he's at since he's a baby.
I see that Kevin's wife Anna grows some really hot peppers, and I forgot who she sent them to the other day. I thought it was Jeremy, but maybe it was something else. But I think from the looks of some of them, they would probably make your eyes swell shut. They just look smoking hot. I mean, maybe that's where Kevin come up with the term smoking hot when he talks about her. But, you know.
She grows the reapers.
Oh, I don't know what she's got, but she's got all kinds of them, and they look really good. I like
Reaper is.
It doesn't make me. I just can't do it anymore.
The reapers are wicked.
Speaking of Kevin, while I'm thinking about it, he has a Facebook page about the Golden Whisker Awards. And that was so much fun. And I think that was so important to our sport that if you get a chance, please go over and give it a like and comment on it. It helps Kevin out. It gets the program going. He's going to have another one of them this year coming up. So whenever you're watching YouTube videos, take notes of who you like and who you think done a good job and who's funny and who's this and who's that. Then at the end of the year, you can give an educated evaluation on who you want to vote for these, because to be quite honest, some of the big guys make some money at YouTube stuff, but us little guys, there's no money in it. I mean, everybody says, I want to get monetized. Well, I don't know why. It'd take you a year before you get your first check. So it's not a big deal about the money. But that Golden Whisker Awards was a home run, in my opinion. We was so humbled to be a part of it, get nominated for a few, and actually win one. It swelled me up pretty good, and for you that didn't see it, but Kevin done a bang-up job on that, and I'm looking forward to the next year because he's done such a great job with this year.
Right. Yes, sir.
So please take a look at that.
Talking about the hot stuff, I got a little funny thing, and then I'll let you go. Many years ago, at a chemical plant I used to work for, and I grew up with this old boy, but in a chemical plant, I smoke, and I don't show it on video. But anyway, at the chemical plant, of course, you can't smoke down there. Right. You have to walk way out in the daggum road to smoke. So I started picking up the habit of dipping skull. Well, this old boy, he dipped so much freaking skull that his lip stayed completely raw all the time, but he'd pile it back in. Well, we called him. He'd come in and bum it from everybody, but have 2 or 3 cans in his truck down there.
I know guys that like it with cigarettes when I used to smoke.
Hey, so you can break a dog from sucking eggs once in a while. I steamed the label off a brand new can, so I didn't tear it. Steamed that label off. And I got a buddy, he grows them habaneros. I took and put them in a daggum handkerchief, and I crushed them things down, and I squeezed the juice into that daggum nice, pretty brand new can of skull, and then I resealed the lid with the label on it. James, let me get a dip. I said, I was down there in the truck, man, laying on the front seat. I just got it at the store. He went down there and popped that thing open. And you talking about putting turpentine on a raw dog's ass, son. That rascal broke out, went to running. Son of a gun, it lit him. He quit. He never asked me for another dip, I'll tell you that. It lit his wig. He cussed me. I said, man, you opened it up. I ain't touched it.
Never believed you, though, did he?
No, he didn't believe
it. That led me into something that I haven't told for 40 years, but I had a friend of mine that I grew up with, Alan Finley. Him and I run around together, and we might have had an adult beverage or two together over the years. But
Creole's laughing. Look at them. They laughing.
Oh, Alan, his dad was the head of the street department where they kept the roads clean in the winter and repaired the streets in the summer and all that. And he worked some terrible long hours, and he was an older gentleman, and people thought so much of him. They's always giving him a bottle of whiskey and stuff, and he'd set him on a thing. They had a basement in their house, and Alan and I go down there with razor blades and lift them things up, and we'd drink a bunch of that out of there and fill them back up with water, set them back down there and glue them labels down, and he'd get another, and we do the same thing. I don't think he ever got a straight bottle. All the times Alan and I run around together, but we kept him lightened up where he could handle it for a while.
There you go. It wasn't too stiff after you put a little water back in it, was it?
Yeah, I got to tell you, my son told me, my oldest son, Tony, he dearly loves hot rods, and he told me, he said, Dad, I was born a generation too late. I would have liked to have grew up in the time frame that you did. And I say, well, enjoy your life as it is, because those days are long gone and you missed them. And I'm sorry about that, but you can't get them back. No. But things are so much different now. If you enjoy fishing as much as James and I do, enjoy it to the fullest extent, because at some point there may be something else you like better, or something may happen where we may not have these rights and stuff that we have now and be able to go hunting and fishing and doing all the outdoor stuff that we dearly love to do. Mike Greenwell, I don't think we mentioned it, Mike, and I know he's in here. Yeah. Mike Chavez. There's a man that cooks some warm stuff. It looks so good, and I can almost taste the heat when he's cooking it in them videos, man.
Hey, and it looks good. I'd have to eat it where it fired me up on both ends or not. I'd still have to eat it.
I agree. But,
I believe it'd just be a good, enjoyable meal sitting down and eating with old Mike, you know?
Yeah, I think I could get in a boat with him and have as much fun without eating. But if he's fixing food, I'm going to eat it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I couldn't pass that up.
The guys and gals, all of it, we have a lot of tools, and some of the best tools in our tackle box is each other.
That's right. The friendships
really is.
that we have made, if it wasn't for YouTube and being able to do Catfish Weekly and Facebook, I would never met James. I would, if it wasn't in the old days for forums, catfish forums, I would have never met Doc Lang and a million other people. Well, maybe not that many, but close to it. And I'm very thankful that we have these venues, and I hope they continue the way they are and we don't get suppressed, because you just don't know anymore what's going to take place.
No.
But each one of the people that watches our show or come up and shook hands with Cindy and I at tournaments, or talked about James and I doing shows together when we're out and about, they're very special, and those relationships are something that we will never forget. It's worth everything, and that's why we do it. It's, we're no different than anybody else, and there's a lot of people that's probably more knowledgeable about fishing, and all we want to do is share so the people that don't know can catch more and enjoy it as much as we have, and that's just why we do it.
And Lyle, before we get off here, and I was going to say it at the top of the show, but I want to say it now. Guys and gals, I want to thank each and every one of you for your condolences and your well wishes when I lost my mother last week. It meant the world to me to read y'all's messages, and I promise you, I did not take one of them for granted. It meant the world to me, and I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, and James, it's a sad deal, and I recently went through that. Well, it's been a few years now, and we love you like a brother, bud, and we just, there's only so many things you can say to make you feel better, but I know that everybody had you in thoughts and prayers, and that in itself is a powerful tool.
Yep.
It really is.
It meant the world, and just a lonely old man out here in the world, me and the wife, and out here in the woods, and to have that many people actually not just give a thumbs up, but actually leave a comment, Lyle, speaks volumes.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way when it happened to me, and I knew that you felt that way. And I love the conversations you and I had the other day. It was one of the most important conversations that we've ever had, in my opinion. And you and I talk quite a bit, and I'm sure people understand that with the things that we do. But that was a great one, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah. Well, I thank you, Lyle. You've been there for me, and of course, I'll be there for you anytime I can, and you know that.
I do know that.
You'd call me up right now in the middle of the night, say, James, I need you here. I'd be on the next plane. I'd be on the red eye out of here. So
I got to tell you something. There ain't no landing spot in Buffalo, Missouri.
Man, I got a parachute. I'll jump out. just pick me out of the trees.
Dude, you might be a little too old to be bailing out of a perfectly good airplane.
Well, I might not be in the shape when I hit the ground as when I left the plane, but I'd still be there. Crawling, dragging, or something. Oh, boy. But, Lyle, with that being said, when I call you a friend, I mean that.
I appreciate it.
I don't just call everybody a friend.
That's right. I don't. When I do, I mean it too. And you and I become extremely close, and it means the world to me.
Thank you, D.
That conversation the other day touched my heart, and I'll never forget it. I hope it done you some good. It done me a lot of good. And friends are friends, and you never want to lose a friend like that. You just
no. Prosperity Catfish said, Patriot Paratrooper James. Oh, Lord. That's one thing, Lyle, I always wanted to do it, and I've never done it. And now I done got too bad a shape I couldn't take it.
I understand. Let me pull my calendar back up. I want to make sure Betty Jean has been posting. Get you, honey. Get down.
I ain't been. No, I wasn't a paratrooper. I've been chased by a few troopers, but
the 21st is Thursday. Will be the very first Panfish Weekly show. Now, that show will be on live right after the Chad and James Dockery do their show on Thursday night. It'll start at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. And the Wisconsin fisherman is going to be our guest. He's been doing videos for 4 or 5 years. He's got outstanding stuff. If you get a chance, go check him out. They're very entertaining. Talked to him the other day. We're excited about being on there. We want to make this as good as Catfish Weekly if we possibly can. It's something that I've been interested in for a long time, and since it's going to be quite some time probably before I'm able to go after big fish. Not that I don't mind catching small fish, but when you catch big fish, it's just you like to catch them. So we're hoping to have everything going and set where I can go up the Mendota and catch some of them giant channel cats. But if they say no, you can't do that, then I'll watch Cindy catch them, and I'll have just as much fun going out there and finding them. But I plan on catching some too.
JP3 said I'd probably have a soft landing if I took Patty with me.
Yeah. That's a fact. But, the panfish show is going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
And not this week, but the 28th, Babe Winkleman will be our guest.
That's going to be cool.
And Babe Winkleman is way up there on the food chain for me. He means a lot to me. I spent about an hour on the phone with him the other night. He's an outstanding guy. He's done everything in the world, raised 4 girls, and he's got a lot of information about family and friends and God and doing TV stuff and doing shows and catching fish. I mean, he can talk about anything for as long as you want to talk about it. And he's going to talk with us for a while and take questions at the end of the show. I'm pretty sure that show won't get over in an hour.
No, probably not.
I don't think Babe can stop that quick. Super nice guy. My gosh, I haven't had that much fun visiting with somebody for a long time. So be sure to tune into that if you care anything about panfish and stuff, because I think Babe's caught every fish there ever was to be caught. I mean, if he just catches everything, and you're right, Roger. He is a legend. He just is, and Babe, I believe he told me he's 72.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, Lyle. I believe he's one of them people that's probably caught just about every fish that swims.
I think so.
In North America.
Yeah.
And he might have traveled worldwide.
Yeah, he's been worldwide. I'm sure
that's what I was thinking.
Together, we could reel in a good one. I got one good body between the two of us. That's for sure, man. James, we're running on about an hour and 40 minutes. I usually don't do shows this long, but it was an outstanding show. We had a lot of people in here, and I absolutely had a blast doing it. So be sure to tune in next Monday night. Who was it I said we had for a guest? I forgot. Too much stuff going on.
I just had a brain fart with you.
Flatty Daddies. Boom.
That's
going to be a great show, man. Puts a lot of quality fish in the boat. He's exciting when he's making his videos. Go check him out. We'll get him in here, and we will have a blast with that. And you won't have to listen to James and I rattle on about stuff. But I enjoyed talking about tagging fish tonight, James. I'm glad that was your idea, and I'm glad you come up with it. It was a great one.
And we always end up talking a lot of good information that normally don't get covered in them. Swamp Diver, you're exactly right. Babe said, not Dave, but Babe said, when God said, let there be water, Babe said, hang on, let me turn on this faucet. That was Babe Winkerman that said that.
Thanks for joining us tonight, JR.
Yes.
We're glad to have you in chat. Everybody, thank you so much for watching Catfish Weekly. We appreciate you guys being in chat and visiting with us and carrying on. And it's just always fun to have you in here. I'll get some more stickers in, some more decals. I know you guys are liking them so far. And don't forget about the Pound Club if you're interested in that. But thank you all so much for watching the show tonight. James, anything else? God bless. And don't forget, the ones that want to come to the tournament, look up Wednesday night. We're going to be discussing it, guys. Wednesday night, Patriot James on YouTube, Patriot Catfishers of America at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Be sure to do that. Let's see. Let's run through the lineup before we go. We're on tonight, and tomorrow night is Muskrat Adventures with Roger the Mint. Wednesday night is Patriot James, Catfishers of America. Thursday is James Dockery and Chad at the bait shop. Friday is Mark.
That would be your buddy,
Catfish and Crappie. Saturday is Norm and
Palmetto on Sunday.
Palmetto on Sunday. I can't remember the guy's name, but in there, Stan. Stan's on Saturday, and then Palmetto's on Sunday. Don't forget to check out the Golden Whisker site. Thanks, everybody, for watching Catfish Weekly. See you next Monday night.